Продолжаем проходить Dogma. Так, сейчас мы идем на бал. Маскарад. Надо сначала такого дождаться ночи.
Well, you will soon forget the fatigue of a long journey when
I have no issue falling asleep, even at this.
To this world I return.
Are we to depart at this hour? I cannot see why we should choose to stumble around in the dark.
Shall we check our packs and be off?
I hope you slept well.
Что ж, давайте отправимся на маскарад.
There are useful ingredients to be gathered here, I'll wager.
No harm in picking a few.
it's our duty to see this peace protected.
So tired. I must ask you to comport yourself with the
You're far from your station, are you not?
I was bored out my skull. I'm frightfully busy.
Another fine turnout, wouldn't you say?
Have you heard? There's to be more restrictions on goods traded with Batar. Apparently, even privately owned items come to be curtailed soon.
Well now, you're...
What is it? Has something happened?
We have it on good authority that a suspicious individual passed through here.
We need to scour the area. Well, scour all you like. You won't find
In here.
I've been here the whole time. Open up! Open this door right now. We're coming in.
You're dressed rather austerely for a patron.
My humblest apologies, Lady Wilhelmina. We've had reports of an unseemly character in the vicinity, you see, and...
Preposterous. I was out front till but a moment ago, and I did not see so much as a shadow.
Be that as it may.
You are excused. Leave this place, ere you invite our noble host's wrath upon yourself. I will summon you if aught is amiss.
Pray forgive the intrusion.
And what business have you here? In the nobles' playground? Hmm? You've the face of someone in search of a juicy morsel. Would you be looking for this, perchance?
Come on then, keep pouring. Do you take me for some green lad who can't handle his cups? I'm your damned king, and a king deserves royal treatment.
Of course, Your Majesty.
Tell us, Your Majesty, would you prefer more drink, or shall we find some other way to amuse ourselves?
Aye, aye. Let's change things up.
I believe I cautioned you to keep your drunken revelry in check, lest you forget these celebrations of your valor are but a pretense for more serious matters.
I know. I do, it's just I get the poison in me and things happen is all.
You need only serve as our false king until Sven becomes consul. Till then, however, you would do well to remember that your role demands a certain degree of dignity. I trust you understand your position, Your Majesty.
Nay, as you say, I'll go and sober up.
Why not remove yours as well? This is not the masquerade hall, and we now find ourselves quite alone. What say we dispense with such pretenses and speak openly with one another, Lord Phasus?
That will do. If you're discovered, yours won't be the only head that rolls. What is your purpose here, I wonder? If you came to learn of the Sovereign, then 'tis as you have seen. The man is naught but a ale-swilling pretender propped up by the Queen Regent. Of course, that begs the question. If he's a mere mummer, then where might our true Arisen be? You'd best go. I'll do what I can to help you make your escape. As you can see, I run an establishment that caters to certain pleasures. You're welcome to come and play anytime. If you escape with your life, that is. Come see me in my book. I'll instruct my attendants to send you straight to me. Come see me. I'll instruct my attendants to... Come see me. I'll instruct my attendants to...
Hey, Hap, I'll go on an adventure of my own.
Fair wind.
It is quiet about.
Not a bad turnout so far. Always the same. There's ought to be said, peace and quiet.
I ought to find someone to buy me a drink.
I get along with them.
It is quiet about.
I like to come here when I need a minute to think.
I could use a bit of excitement.
This is where I come when life gets overwhelming.
Now, where was I headed? I ought to find someone to buy me a drink.
To each their own. The world's better for it.
Nice place to sit.
Hey, Hap, I'll go on an...
After a companion, are we? What sort?
Always a fresh breeze blowing round here.
Oh, I'll have to remember this place.
Where to now? I ought to find someone to buy me a drink.
This isn't much to go on. Sometimes this is the only place I can find
There's no
rest.
shame in living life for its pleasures.
did you go, Master? 'Twas dreadful lonesome without you.
Do take care not to stray so far next time.
Mayhap I ought to ask.
There's a ladder here.
Perhaps new discoveries await us above.
This isn't much to go on. Haste makes waste, as they say.
Could use a little fun to
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your majesty's claim. Well, well. He is merely Disa's puppet, then. 'Tis likely that he knows naught of her schemes. Even were he to be removed, I suspect some other would simply be made. But if there's aught that compels my attention, 'tis this other man you mention. Phasus, was it? He seems a man of import, and yet I have never heard of him. Pray, allow me to investigate this matter further. You've done well, Your Majesty. Thank you.
So the false sovereign, Queen Re...
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen Your Majesty's claim as a true arisen. While examining the palace ledger for evidence of the Queen Regent's misdeeds, I made a curious discovery. For some time now, it seems she has been diverting a veritable mountain of gold to the daily purchase of sweet crown flower. What's more, this inexpedient spending habit is recorded to have begun the very day on which Arthur, the would-be arisen, appeared on the scene. This cannot be mere happenstance. I can only conclude, yet 'tis strange, for sweet crown flowers only grow on the eastern edge of Vermont. I dare say 'twas not an item chosen idly. Mayhap this knowledge will guide us in our pursuit of the false sovereign. 'Tis a frail hope, to be certain. Yet all the same, I would ask that Your Majesty venture to Vermont's eastern edge and probe into this young man's origins. I am glad to hear it, for I cannot shake the feeling that uncovering the identity of the false sovereign is the key to...
Trying wears all.
Nothing's harder than honest. Could have sworn I opened.
Welcome to the... We serve all manner of fine ales here. Come back any time.
Oh dear. What am I to do?
Well met, sir. Weary at this hour, sir? You must have quite a tale to tell.
Ah, how I've longed to embrace...
A good sleep does wonders.
Off we go then.
Ready to forge on?
Сходим к ней еще раз. Посмотрим. Может, задания какие будут.
Let them talk. I'm too old to care.
Is this a challenge?
What's this? Come to admire. Oh, oh. Just if only my collection were complete, I'd fain allow you to inspect. Alas, the sculpture that I commissioned to, and 'twould wound my pride to have you behold my collection ere 'tis made whole. If your curiosity shall not be denied, however, mayhap you'd consider paying a visit to the man's home is located in Bakbatal. You need only tell him that I eagerly await the...
Who might have the answers we need? Shall we ask around?
Но это далеко, мы пока туда не отправимся.
Have no fear, Master. I'll fare all right without you for a little while.
I suppose all we can do is wait.
Such quietude is a blessing.
I cannot place it.
See.
Welcome, sir.
Welcome, sir. You're free to approach whome'er catches your eye.
This work's dreadful dull. I get
No one can stand me here.
There's no shame in living life for its
There's ought to be
pleasures.
said for peace and quiet.
Best make haste, else I'll be out this all.
I find myself drawn to quiet spots like this.
There's aught about you, I have to say. You're not like my other patrons. Welcome. I shan't brook... I'm afraid I'm not here to listen to...
Can't help but talk in a whisper here.
Many happy voices carried on the wind.
Would that prayer alone could bring salvation.
Ничего не было сейчас.
Ah, good, you return. I find myself on edge when you stray from my line of sight.
Mayhap a banquet within reading of the
Can't help but talk in a whisper.
Ingredients are plentiful hereabouts.
Shall we see if there's aught to be found while we're here?
It is here I beg you to conduct yourself with care and with a reverence befitting of one your patronage is.
Давайте отправляться тогда в эту деревню с цветами.
This ladder looks sturdy enough to climb.
After you, Arisen.
Need anything?
Someone is...
Hoy, friend!
However, there's something I've come... Every last resident in this city is wholeheartedly devoted to living out their lives, for it made me painfully aware of my own position. Can this existence of mine even be called living when I am so doted upon by my mother? I want to live a life I can proudly call my own, and to achieve it with all that my heart desires. I tire of enduring my mother's coddling, and of having to mind every twitch in her face in order to appease her. Looking at this box, it fills me with courage. 'Tis proof that I am not my mother's servant to be willed about as she pleases. 'Tis something I obtained of my own will. Here is the last of the gold I owe you. Pray forgive me for making you wait for it. Now, I may not be able to wander the city again for some time. There's aught I would do. Thus, I cannot say when next we'll see each other, though I feel sure we shall in time. Perhaps sooner than we might think. Till then, take care, friend.
That was quite a gift. I hope that procuring it was not a burden upon the lad.
Right you are.
Do stop and have a look. I've wares of every ilk.
I don't have enough to deal with. Look, as long as you can.
Can get very dark.
Mayhap I ought to ask around town. Hail, friend. Have you a spare moment? I've an eye for people, and my instincts tell me you're of trustworthy ilk. I'm in a bit of a quandary, you see. I'm to be gone for a week, with no one slated to mind the house in my stead. Fear not, I only ask your name to list as a tenant. You needn't bother yourself with the cleaning. I'd be much obliged if you'd simply consider my home. Oh, sound appealing? Then come.
I think...
Good thing I'm here, really. I know just where to go. Here already, are we?
You've come. Glad to see you. So, what say you? Would you care to live here in my... Many thanks, friend. I knew I could count on you. I'll stop by again in a week's time, but till
I'm all for camping, but solid walls are a joy that can't be beat. And hours for a full week, at no charge. What a steal.
I quite agree. We must rest, though the sun is still up.
Still a while to go before my shift's over.
Why me?
Shall we get some rest then?
Nighttime already? I thought 'twas rather dark.
Step lively. Journey by starlight shall make for a nice change of pace.
I'm quite sure I wasn't dreaming.
This is a place to forget one's troubles. Whatever to be done.
Now there's a worthy prize, if only 'tweren't so far away.
Might as well take a look while you're here, eh?
This ladder can take us to new heights.
Oh, excellent find.
Damn near enough of wastrels.
I like to come here when I'm in.
You wish me to return? At once, master.
If you must go off on your own, there's naught to be done. I only hope you'll return sooner rather than later.
'Tis not our place to hurry the Arisen.
Pray in, ne'er put gold in my pocket. This is wrong.
It's been a hard day.
Wish I did enjoy the
Look,
life.
as long as you
Spend all day here.
Can't help but see a turncoat.
Now this is a conundrum.
While since I heard a good story.
Welcome to... We serve all manner of fine ales here. Shall I put... What a delight. Welcome to the... We serve all manner of fine ales here. Wonderful. Welcome to the... We serve all manner of fine ales here. Shall I pour...
There is much we ought to tend to. If we are to do not forget that we were...
I fear I've not. Let's take it easy today.
A good sleep will ensure we are prepared for them. I feel refreshed and ready for a new day.
Off we go then.
I don't know about you, but I am full of vim and vigor.
Dead on my feet, but much to do. Hey-o! Look, Master, a treasure chest. We shall have to find a way to reach it.
There are useful ingredients to be gathered here, I'll wager.
No harm in picking a few.
Not a foe in sight.
I'll take the peace and quiet over a horde of enemies any day.
A forgotten rift stone we've not discovered lies nearby. 'Tis this way, as I recall.
Wolves draw near!
Seems our foe has recognized our victory.
Tis the mark of a champion to prevail with weaponry. You have my protection.
We've earned ourselves a pat on the back.
No doubt, this triumph will spur us into the next.
Battle is best avoided here.
I hope you weren't expecting mercy. This will serve for a fine tale when I rejoin my master.
Now that is a surprise. You truly are formidable, Arisen.
The creature's corpse will serve us well.
Go right ahead. Look there. I espy another statue.
Why don't we go take a look? Are we taking a load off so soon? We've only just rested.
'Tis enough to make camp only when the need arises.
Why don't we have a taste? There's surely no harm in it.
Our bellies will last a little longer.
I'll harvest what I can, should it please you.
А драконов мы пока там рыпаться не будем. А у него там этот камешек. Не-не-не. Не думаю, еще не сильный такси.
Come on then. Let's dance.
I would have preferred not to have to fight so soon, but at least I know I am up to the challenge. To the chest. I shall take a look inside.
Чуть не сожрали нас ради этого камня.
Did anyone else see that? Ort catches the light.
We ought to take a closer look.
Best not be bothering me for no reason.
We wouldn't want to fall from this height.
Это был за
We are
шум.
rather exposed up here. Where ranged attacks?
That's just what I was thinking.
As you wish. I shall return directly.
While in another world, I happened upon a treasure chest rather close by here. Perhaps I could show you the way?
Our traits mesh well together. Each of us is suited to a different task.
Capable comrades are a boon indeed.
I knew it to be so. ingredients are plentiful hereabouts.
Shall we see if there's aught to be found while we're here?
Well now, that's a tricky place to hide a chest.
'Tis a vexing thing, to see it so plainly and yet be unable to open it.
How do you like that? This fruit has quite the temper.
Might we not use their rage to our advantage?
Don't quarrel with
Give me a wrist. I shall see to it this does not happen again.
Look out, Arisen! We're under attack!
I suppose you think you can afford to be reckless, so long as I'm here to heal you. Best keep still. Do not waste this chance. We must press home our advantage.
Strike fast and true, and our quarry shall fall!
Leader, do not falter. They don't count of our strength, but we can prevail.
Ну, Минотавр был немного опасный.
This is generally used.
I'll wager I could make that shot.
You cut quite the hunter's figure.
Now there's a worthy prize, if only 'tweren't so far away.
You there! Are you looking to enter the village? You'd best go elsewhere, friend. There's no business to be had here.
I don't know about you,
You'd best go elsewhere. There's no business to be had here.
Is that who I think it is?
Aye, I reckon so. Rather more common looking than I'd expected. But I suppose that's neither here nor there.
What could yon chest be hiding? I must know.
Let us hope your curiosity will be rewarded.
Fancy a look at my wares? Always a pleasure. Fancy a look at my wares?
Got something for me?
It is a letter most inscrutable. And it will remain as such if we cannot find another piece to this puzzle.
Ah, you must be the visitor I've heard so much about. Have you some business you would know of our village? As you can see, is there aught else I can help you with, sir? Arthur. At least, no one by that name lives here. As you likes.
This is the of course. Nothing's free in this world. Glad to be of service, sir. I'll have to remember this.
Hail! I take it you're the outsider my lord mentioned? How'd he know to expect you? Why not ask him yourself? You'll find...
No seen you about. You the outsider? But come on, follow me.
Tis rather valuable, this.
Perhaps fortune has deigned to aid us at last.
Greetings. I must say I'm impressed by your intuition, sir. You found me out far sooner than most. I trust you are enjoying yours. If you have any questions, ask away. I should be glad to aid you. Beg pardon? Why would you a letter? Oh, you've made quite the discovery. Brass means imitating someone in thieves' cant. This letter means to say someone's taken on such a request. Naturally, I can say nothing as to the who or what of the arrangement. I'm sure you want. Is there aught else you'd care to ask? Arthur, you say? I've lived in this village many a year, but I can't say I've heard of someone by that name. Is there aught else you'd care to ask? You're curious what I know of you? Quite a bit, I should think. Naturally, I'm not the only one. Our village has its own network of spies and informants, you see. You're the second arisen to come to Vermont, and you've allied yourself with Captain Brant against the Queen. In response, she... Oops. Don't misunderstand. I'm no ally of the Queen Regent. I merely strive to maintain neutrality. Those who deal in information must ne'er align themselves with a particular power. Such is our village code. Is there aught else you'd care to ask? If aught about our humble village seems strange to you, that is easily explained. For 'tis here that thieves are instructed in the skills they require. To begin with, those who wander into the village are evaluated for their potential aptitude. Of course, you are no exception. That you stand here now is proof you were deemed, which is to say, you have my... Is there aught else you'd care to ask? Aye? Take care then. You, sir, are worthy of inheriting my ultimate technique. Once mastered, 'twill allow you to fell all foe.
Take this. Tis something I found. I wanted you to have it. There are useful ingredients. Be gathered here, I'll wager. We shall await you here, Master. May our parting be brief.
You made it after all.
Guess that means I win. Oi, you lot best pay up. Dear me. You didn't disappoint, did you? You've done well. Seems only fair I answer any questions weighing on figures you'd want to know about him. We're supposed to be neutral. Ordinarily, I wouldn't say a word about one of our jobs. But I suppose I can tell you, the situation being what is. His real name is Dara. He was one of us, but he's been exiled. We had no choice, see? After he went off to play the false arisen, we're men and women of shadow. Center stage isn't our place, that's why he was cast out. He'll nip. That all you wanted to ask? For all this, Dara was in line to become the next thief maester. But he failed. Took a massive injury to the chest during the trial. So the title fell to me. That's when he went off, saying he used the scar on his chest to pose as the Arisen. And what a scheme that turned out to be, eh? Now he gets to sit pretty on the best seat in the kingdom. Still, you'd have a hard time proving that he's not who he says he is. He's a wily one, that Dara. Always was careful not to leave behind us. But we can't have him thinking that he gets to go off and enjoy a peaceful life in a lap of luxury after breaking our code. Methinks he needs something to remind him of the debt he owes us. Here, this should do the trick. Now, as to the Maester's teaching, not sure you'll be able to use it to its fullest potential, but I'll show it to you. That all you want? What can I say? Not many people bother with this place. Anyway, most visitors get fooled into going up to the manor. We send them packing with a trifle, and if they don't question it, we only train the rare few who make it here. That all you wanted to ask? Aye. Till next...
So this is where you were, Master. I searched high and low for you.
Our party is reunited. Surely we can ask for no more than that.
This is the inn. We've room to spare if you're looking to spend the night. Of course, nothing's free in this world. Glad to be of service, sir.
I'm going to go exploring.
It is quiet about. I dare. they will not find this village's like. Anywhere. What else?
We've arrived well enough. Where to next?
Welcome to... And quality is what you need if you want to... survive. So if we check the price, just hope to see you again.
Not buying? That's just as well.
Are you in the market for some? Something in particular? Do come again.
Shall we get some rest then?
Tis an odd thing to wake after the sun has fallen.
Shall we check our packs and be off?
I hope you slept well?
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen. Have you divined aught of the false sovereign, your majesty? This appears to be a bill calling for the arrest of a man named Dara. But hold a moment. Does this man's countenance not bear an uncanny resemblance to that of the false sovereign? I see. If your majesty is certain that the two are one and the same, then I am convinced as well. However, but of course. I surmise your majesty intends to post the bill and invite suspicion. A clever plan. The Queen Regent will be forced to deny any connection to our new sovereign, yet will be unable to remove the bill from the public eye. Furthermore, 'twill serve as an attestation to Dara's existence, which shall remain an undeniable truth to, and all the while, the doubts lurking in the hearts of the citizenry will a clever ploy indeed. I shall attend to this matter. I've no doubt that this bill will prove its worth in due course. You have my gratitude, your majesty.
So,
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your majesty's claim as a true arisen. Of all those who serve the Queen Regent, there is but one who I have no doubt will lend his support to your majesty's cause. I refer to Waldar, a magistrate. Many a time as Deezer demanded Waldor amend the code of Vermont, and many a time as the magistrate refused her, for he is loyal to none but the spirit of the law. Our laws dictate that your majesty is our right. Thus, as the staunchest supporter of the law known to the palace, what say you? Might you be willing to aid me? I've prepared a means for you to enter the palace dungeons. This mission demands the utmost secrecy. Should you be discovered, I will be unable.
Though I cannot enter the palace myself, I will at least escort you to the entrance.
Such quietude. You'll have to excuse me. I have a job to attend to. Wait for the new equipment.
Everyone's as tired as I am, seems like. Everyone's as tired as I am, seems like.
There's no easy thing, making a living as a soldier.
How are we to fight with such worn-out gear?
We're acting so... Huh? Thanks, I suppose.
Have you come to release me from this jail? Aha! Then we are presented with 3 options. Or, Jesus arisen is false. Have you proof that you are... Ah! They say the arisen's breast bears a wound. By that mark, 'twould seem 'tis true. This reminds me of a happening 148 years ago. During the reign of he went before the people, insisting that he, and not Regent Alphonse, was the true arisen, the one fit to lead. And what befell him, you ask? Ha! Crusoe was discovered to be a liar. Aye, I dare say your arrival portends another beheading. Escape? Here I spend my days perusing the code and deciphering old and I need not turn my ear to that said, if you know of a place with a tell me. Does that I suspected as much.
A place to quench one's thirst for knowledge, eh? I'll admit, 'tis an intriguing prospect.
There was a place fitting that description within the slums, as I recall.
I think I get the idea.
'Tis good to be reunited.
The heavens have forsaken us. All is
Ingredients are plentiful hereabouts.
No harm in picking a few.
If our prayers are not heeded, what hope have we? Well met, Sir Arisen. Might I trouble you for alms for the poor? Many thanks. Hold on a moment. You see, one of the children we care for, Malcolm his name is, he's a steady lad. I can't imagine. This building's very old. It could be that he's found him. Might I impose on you to...
We won't get far with naught to go on. We'd best ask around, see what we can find out.
You have my support.
What say we gather some information? I've a rough idea of where our destination lies. Shall I show you there, Master?
A guide is most welcome. Now we shan't lose our way.
Follow me if you would. I know the path best travelled.
A guide is most welcome.
I've a knack for gathering items, and am ever on the hunt for new finds. Our who might have the answers we need.
I'd hasten home, were this not my duty.
Malcolm's been just the other day. He was going around telling anyone who'd listen about how he was an ox.
Don't think you're safe just because you're in the city.
Malcolm? All he's doing, I don't know why he bothered.
That's swearing. Not many rumors to be had around here. I'd hasten home, were this not my duty.
Ho there, fair.
Ah, I'll take that. We might find a use for it. We have found the material.
I do the same thing every single day I do.
You don't look like much.
written here?
Shall we take a closer look?
My head hurts just thinking about it. What to do? I've no mother or father to speak of. I wanted to get them a present to say thank. The problem is, do you think you could help me? All I need for true. I'm sure you'll find the Oi, Arisen! Have you brought me a bunch of... Oh, these say, would you mind terribly if I asked you another? See, one of my friends taught me a magic spell. It's all you have to do is find a silver stone. Put it under your but there's the problem. I've been looking. Would you find a silver stone and bring it to me for true? I'll be waiting. Oh, I can't find a silver stone. They're hard to find, aren't they? Oh, I can't find a... They're hard to find. Have we met?
Polish up my gear for tomorrow.
All the best tales come from travellers at the inn.
You've got to crack a few skulls if you want to be
This place always puts me at ease.
I'll take any chance not to think on my troubles.
Something good will come of it.
Greetings. You need only make a worthy offering. I have seen your path. You've my gratitude. 'Tis lovely to see you.
Master, my heart knows no greater peace than when I'm by your side.
Not sure what they expect. I'm no cook, am I?
My body's not forgiven me for last night's scuffle.
Seems my fault.
Do a decent supper.
Always another errand to see to.
Sometimes I wonder if I'm...
Must you run so fast? I can hardly keep you in my sights, Arisen.
No time to catch your breath. Try to keep up.
There is much we ought to tend to. A place with books likely to entice Magistrate Waldo, you say. Kendrick of the Gracious Hand is versed in many things.
Was I lacking? Where could perhaps you could try asking the other children. Where could perhaps you could try asking the other children. I haven't been able to get much out of them myself.
Good day, sir.
What teachings might salve the people's woes? I find such... Is we were supposed to go exploring together. Wish he'd woken me up. I was really looking forward to going down into those...
Don't we have a report to make, Master?
vaults, you say? By my knowledge, they were sealed off. Ah, but you mention rubble, aye? Then perhaps the lad found a way through. Come, I fear there's not a prey. Follow me, and... I believe this is the place to which the children were referred. Look there, a hole. Could he? There is naught to be done but have a look for ourselves. The passage ahead. Let us make haste.
I can't count the number of meats and fish that have gone to rot in my pack. You'd think the smell would remind me.
Ah, yes. That sounds familiar.
Malcolm, thank goodness you are unharmed. You have my eternal gratitude, Sir Arisen. Now...
Sir Kendrick, you'll never believe what I've found. It's just books, sir. Books, books, and more books. It's like some...
Truly? Perhaps we ought to take a...
Shall we follow, Master?
I quite agree.
I thought you might like this, so I picked it up. There you go.
Heavens above!
Isn't it amazing?
'Tis quite a find indeed. Why, I've ne'er seen so many books. This collection... Might I ask that you not... We cannot allow the knowledge We ought to entrust its care to someone worthy. Someone who... As for you, Malcolm, I forbid you from telling anyone else.
Oh, but...
However, in exchange for your silence, let's investigate this place.
It's quite...
The books ne'er seem to end. The books ne'er seem to...
Nothing ever seems to happen round here.
This looks as good a place as any.
Can't expect to fare so well every day.
I would appreciate your swift return, Master. A fell unease begins to gnaw at me when you are gone over long.
I suppose all we can do is wait.
Reckon you can do as you please, eh? Confident little.
I now had cause to draw steel.
Well, have you found... Oh, to think such a place. Guide me outside, then.
Like it or not, I must go where duty.
Ah!
Hold out till someone.
I have been waiting for you, Arisen.
This should be... If you truly are Arisen, words may be wind, but there's naught else I can... Mayhap the knowledge I've gained reading tomes.
I expect Captain Brandt will want to hear of this.
I'm to head tomorrow.
Wasn't there aught we had to deliver to someone hereabouts?
We need only pass our burden into the hands that await it.
I knew it to be so.
Oh, I can't find a silver stone anywhere. Have you... Oh, just look how it's... Say, aren't you curious? Well, I'll tell you. My mother and father... Not to say I'm unhappy at the gracious hand, of course. I want to tell them how grateful I am. Oh, it's so shiny. Oh.
Miss Daphne seemed pleased with our efforts. Mayhap we ought to pay her another visit sometime soon.
Right you are.
First things first, we must speak with Captain Brandt.
На этом все. Продолжим позже.